back. This week's video is going to be a little bit of a part 2 to my thrift trip that I just uploaded recently. Basically, that thrift store was so chock full of amazing pieces that most of the video was items that I did not get but still wanted to show, and it ended up being 30 minutes worth of really cool pieces, or pieces that I found some inspiration from, or pieces that I had to show because they were so funny or ironic or even bad. But that's just a few of them. Most of them were just really good pieces. So I didn't have enough time to show the pieces that I actually ended up getting, other than just mentioning it quickly. I ended up picking this one up, blah blah blah. So now I'm going to go into detail about the pieces that I ended up keeping because I was very picky about them, making sure that they were really right for my wardrobe and I could be selective enough to know that they are pieces that I would wear for a long time. I didn't want to be tempted by the abundance of things that I liked and end up bringing everything I wanted home, knowing that I was only going to even have time to wear a select few. I think depending on the thrift trip, you either find so many things that you cannot choose or just a few things. So considering that was the experience I had, I wanted to make sure that I didn't get in my head about it and just made the right decisions, knowing that I was only picking the absolute coolest items or the ones that would just truly elevate my closet without taking up so much space. So without further ado, I'm going to show all of those pieces and also style them. I'm excited to see what you guys think about them and if this excites you about going thrifting. One more thing is that I've noticed that there are so many vintage brands from the 90s, and I'll say 2000s. It's not technically, is it technically vintage? I think it's like on the cusp of vintage, but so many brands from that era that are really good quality that you would expect Depop sellers to have already bought up, or people in general to have bought up because thrifting has become so popular recently. But there are so many pieces like that still in the thrift store. The vast majority of the pieces I found were those, and I included all of the brand names that I think are very relevant for searching for high quality pieces from that time. So yeah, just wanted to mention that because it's really exciting to me to know that there's so many pieces like this still in circulation and that the fun of thrifting is not dead. So now I'm going to get into all of the pieces from this thrift trip and also add a couple pieces that I got secondhand on Depop recently. Just as some bonus, I don't have really a place to show them other than in styling videos, so I want to give them their moment as well. So those will be at the end. The first accessory from this trip were these beautiful, I would assume kind of a fake leather. Let me see, because I didn't rip off the tags. I don't think their original tags are on them, but yeah, no, it's just the thrift store tag. They don't feel like real leather, but they're brand new, so the quality is giving me the impression of real, but like it feels like it's not real. But anyway, my favorite thing is this little button area over here and the way that these straps are a little bit off-centered. They're like feathered and it's so beautiful. Love this color. They're just so classic, and I haven't had any gloves to style with outfits before. I know that no one really uses gloves because we need to use our hand for our phone, but yeah, I just really love the opportunity to style something with these. Also, even styling editorial photo shoots, these could come in handy. On the same theme, I got another pair of gloves, and these feel like more of a real leather. In the video that I posted on my thrift trip, I didn't include the brand name because I forgot, but I noticed right now that the tag is still on these, so that's the brand. And yeah, there's this beautiful stitching detail along the whole glove that gives it a kind of vintage vibe to them, even though they are pretty new. They're just a tiny bit worn, so that gives them character and not in a way that makes them look used and worn out. So excited to style these in outfits, both regular on the street and editorial. Onto socks. So I found 3 pairs of socks, and I recommend going to the thrift store for the cute little eclectic socks that people would normally buy either on Depop or Etsy or even Amazon, because there are so many cute little Argyle socks or ones that just spice, okay, I'm not doing that. Ones that just make an outfit a little bit extra effort. Like having a little detail like a sock or a glove, me explaining accessories, just makes it something more elevated than just a shirt and a pair of pants. Just anywhere that you can add just a little tiny element is really fun. So this is the first one. It's a nice cute little pair of Argyle socks. I love the way that they fit into like dark academia. Yeah, that sounds really funny when I say it, but you know what I mean? Like it could fit into a very preppy like Oxford University or Ivy League kind of vibe. It really does sound cringy, but I love that kind of aesthetic and all the literature and the books and just like, okay. The next pair of socks that I picked up were this cute little Where's Waldo looking stripy socks. And they were only 99 cents, so again, the thrift store is way better spot to buy socks from than spending like $10 just because they're eclectic or one set of socks has their own pattern. Like the final pair of socks look a little bit worn, and I think that these are mostly going to be nice as just a thick, cozy winter and fall sock. So they're these just plain cream and a little bit of like a greenish blue jade sort of color. The next piece I picked up was this cardigan by No Boundaries. It's a cropped cardigan, so my intent is to wear it with a longer shirt underneath, like a button-up or even just a corset to show the corset details underneath the cardigan. But it's so cute, and I'm glad I honestly found a nice little basic because the thrift store is so good for finding just little pieces that you wouldn't go out of your way to buy. Like you wouldn't treat it with the same energy as you would treat getting like a very unique Y2K piece or a specific skirt of a specific brand, a specific looking piece that you would spend like Depop money on. This is really great. Only like $1 or $2. I know that it's gonna go a long way for my wardrobe because of how I'm already picturing it and how many ways I can wear it. This next shirt slash kind of knit is an elevated basic just because it's a dark navy color. A simple top, but also incorporating this cute little rose detailing and sort of a belted strap coming out from the rose. It's so perfect to wear with pretty much anything just because of the color and adds a little extra texture that makes an outfit look put together but in a low effort way because it's literally just putting on that top. But it just looks a bit thought out because of that little extra detail, and it's super fun. And that piece was from Apostrophe, which is a brand that I found tons of nice lightweight knits and tops and cardigans throughout the store. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for that brand in the future because I love the way they fit and feel, and I think they're a really good quality brand to keep your eye out for. This next piece is this beautiful cardigan that is sort of a crochet pattern, and it has these beautiful big buttons that actually fit inside of the crochet holes rather than their own buttonholes. The brand is 9 & Co by 9 West, and this is an extra large, which fits like I guess a medium to a large. I love this so much. It reminds me of Helena Bonham Carter's layering. Also, to name a couple of aesthetics that it fits under, it's kind of like fairy core. I just like, everyone hates saying them, but like it's so convenient. And also I saw Isabella Verana talk about sweaters like this in sort of like a wench core or like witchy sort of vibe, but I could totally see Helena Bonham Carter wearing this with a giant skirt underneath, just very poofy and billowy, and I'm obsessed with it. I don't yet have the skirt that I think would be perfect for it, but when I do. And then finally, this was the piece of the thrift trip. It's gonna be hard to show this one on camera just because it is so long, but it's this 209 t-shirt material trench coat, but it's very lightweight, so it's a perfect spring jacket or a jacket when you don't really need one, but it's nice for style. I'm gonna button it up right now and show you a different angle of it. It's kind of hard to button it up when I don't see it on. Okay, so I've just buttoned it up so you can see more of the way that it fits. Okay, I think this is pretty good. And I also want to bring your attention to this giant pocket that we have on both sides. It's just so spacious and cute and just like a nice detail. I love every single little accent on this, the way it's sewn into this beautifully draped piece. Oh my god, as soon as I saw it, I just knew this was the favorite. It even has this belt at the back so that you can cinch it even further, although when I tried it on I did not do that, and it was still so perfectly fitted just because of the way it was sewn and where the buttons were and everything like that. I cannot wait to wear that one as well. And now I'm going to show a couple of pieces that I got on Depop just around this time period. So the first one is this vintage All Saints belt that spells out Manchester Rocks. I was inspired by the iconic photos of Kate Moss at Glastonbury with her similar All Saints vintage belt that said Glastonbury rocks, and Manchester so far is my favorite city in England just because, yeah, I had like milestone experiences of my life there, and the music scene, just everything that I love with fashion and culture and music originates in Manchester and London. But I love being able to have that piece of history just in a belt like that. It's in such amazing condition considering it was made in the early 2000s or late 90s. Like, it looks brand new and it fits me in such a versatile way. It's kind of big, so I can wear it tighter or I could wear it low-waisted, and I just really enjoy the fit of it a lot. And what else can I say about this belt? Because it is like one of my favorite pieces. Just really excited to have an iconic moment, but also in my own way, with my own twist, my own experiences. I love fashion as a mode of expression, especially for your experiences and the moments that shape who you are and how you view fashion and wanting to present yourself. I'm gonna get on a little tangent because I just seemed to want to keep talking, but it reminds me of Daniel Roseberry's inspiration for Schiaparelli's couture show of 2024. It was an amalgamation of pieces of his upbringing, history, where he's from in Texas, the technology he grew up with, the references from movies that he liked, and all together, all of these very individual favorites and moments that he picked up through his life came together in this one collection and created one presentation of fashion that could only have been made by someone with all of those unique interests mashed together in a very thought out and stunning way. So I really love fashion as a mode of language and telling the world who you are and what you love. The next piece, and they definitely need a steam because they just came out of the wash, are these gorgeous pinstripe suit pants. They're a bit high-waisted and they're just the perfect fit. They have this beautiful pleat that I need to steam back into it. Something that I love is that the Depop seller definitely sent them to me freshly steamed and had the pleat worked into it perfectly, because when I got them and unwrapped them, they were ready to go and I wore them straight away. It was convincing me that the fabric itself holds steaming and ironing really well, but I'm realizing now that the Depop seller really put that effort into it, and it's definitely true that the steam held really well in that material because of how it scent and stayed well. But yeah, after a wash I noticed the difference, but I'm definitely gonna steam those as soon as possible and wear them again because they're just the best. I've been looking for a pair of suit pants like that. I'm looking for low-waisted ones as well because I love that grungy look that a low-waisted suit pants gives rather than just very chic and put together. I love both of those simultaneously, so I'm happy to have those and we'll continue to be on the hunt for more variations. This final piece is a pair of shoes by Miss 60. And I got these as my Christmas present and they finally arrived because the Depop seller wasn't shipping over the holidays. And I love this metallic gold and black. I had the option between black with the gold or silver with the gold, and I figured that like metallic chips pretty easily. This is after Mod Podging it, so yeah, I'm happy I went with the black, although I think that the silver on those were a similar material as the black, but I don't know, still not going to take chances. With vintage shoes or just old shoes in general, especially also metallic, you're going to expect a lot of wear. I know that these are definitely salvageable in some kind of unique way, whether someone is able to like reupholster a different material onto where the gold is when they have their lost moments, but I love these so much. I do have to conserve the amount of times I lace them up because they, of course, like the metallic. I'm like, this whole shoe is like, oh, these shoes are falling apart, but I love them. They are by Miss 60, and there's an iconic colorway of pink and white that's going around, and also there's a black and white, and I wish that those weren't so expensive because they definitely will hold up longer than a metallic one would, but I love these. They're very versatile because they're mostly black and give outfits a really unique touch. I love them for the indie sleaze aesthetic and just so edgy. I love that they're a boxing boot with a pointed toe. That's just such a beautiful spin on the already trending sporty shoe. And yeah, the black leather itself looks pretty good, and I definitely think there will be a way for me to fix the gold or put something new down if they wear out. But for now, while they are gold, I'm going to conserve wearing them to maybe like once a month or even less. I'm just excited for the future life of these shoes, what design will come next on them to accompany the black, because I would never give up this silhouette just because the gold is just like metallic, you know. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really had so much fun talking about all of these pieces and truly felt each one inspire me to share even more about what I'm interested in when it comes to fashion and why I love it so much. And I love the fact that these pieces could inspire me to go on tangents. That's so much fun to me. And yeah, I hope you had a great day. If you're interested to see more of how I style these pieces, whether it be for editorial shoots that I style or photograph, or my own fashion, outfit photos, street style sort of thing, I have my Instagram linked in the description, along with my editorial portfolio, which only has photography right now, but I'm adding a styling section soon, my TikTok, and my Pinterest. I hope this video gave you some inspiration on what to look for at the thrift store, or you just enjoyed seeing these pieces in general, and I will see you in the next one.